And welcome back, our dear viewers. President Abdel Fattah Sisi on Monday received a phone call from Jordan's King Abdullah II. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Bassem Radi said that the two leaders discussed joint cooperation and means of boosting bilateral relations in various domains. Radi added that they also tackled the recent regional and international development as part of the strategically ties that bind the two countries. To shed more light on that, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Ambassador Mohamed Shazly, former assistant to the Foreign Minister. Ambassador Shazly, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Sir, how do you see the importance of such a phone call between President Sisi and his Jordanian counterpart and the major topics of interest that we should be shedding light on?
First of all, the timing of the telephone conversation between the two leaders is very important.
Yes.
It is happening at the time when the situation in Palestine is very volatile. The actions of the Israeli forces against the Palestinians in the Aqsa Mosque, the number of people who have been killed and wounded and terrorized, I think gives a very important impetus to this liaison between the two leaders. Taking into consideration that Jordan is responsible for the Islamic Waqfs in Palestine and for the Al-Aqsa Mosque. This is, on the one hand, I think it's a very important ingredient. And then the bilateral relations in general between Egypt and Jordan. Jordan is a neighboring country. It is very important because Egypt and Jordan are the bridge between the Mashriq and the Maghrib of the Arab world.
Yes.
We have the maritime link between Al-Aqaba and Taba.
Yes.
We have joint projects for the electric grid, joining the electric grid between Egypt and Jordan, the gas pipes. All of these are, we have a sizable Egyptian people living in and working in Jordan. All this gives an impetus. We have lately marked a very strong movement between Egypt, Jordan, and Iraq. And I think also this has a very important significance to cement the relation between these three very important countries in the Arab world. This is, if we talk about the local situation, but then we have to move also to the international situation.
Yes.
Where we have a very volatile international situation now, with the war going on in the Ukraine, which has affected all of the world, especially our part of the world. Russia and the Ukraine are major exporters of grain, and the Arab world is one of the largest importers of grain and food in general. It has also affected the prices of oil, which will have an impact on all our economies. It has revitalized the use of mercenaries in international conflicts, and we know that this leads to widespread of terrorism.
Yes.
So all of these are issues that we have to guard ourselves against.
Indeed.
And to consult with our closest allies in order to safeguard our interests.
Yes. On the economic front here, back to the regional issues here and the economic cooperation between both countries, how do you evaluate the level of cooperation on the economic level between both Egypt and Jordan, Mr. Ambassador?
As I said,
yes.
Egypt and Jordan are the bridge between the Maghreb and the Maghreb of the Arab world. The transport is a very important issue. The electrical grid, the cooperation in the field of natural gas and the pipelines. There is an energetic exchange of goods and trade between the two countries. And as I said before, there is a sizable Egyptian working force in Jordan. All of these are important issues in the economic arena and the cooperation between the two countries.
Indeed. Mr. Ambassador, also the Palestine file was always an issue or a file of very important concern to both countries. How do you evaluate this file and the discussions between both leaders regarding this file in particular?
I think this is a pivotal point in the relations between the two countries, and indeed between the relations between all the Arab countries. The Palestinian issue remains one of the most important issues that is important to the stability of the Middle East and peace and security in the Arab countries. What we are seeing today of the atrocities that are being committed in the Al-Aqsa Mosque and in the West Bank, and the martyrs that have been falling one after one. These are things that we have to study and between us in order to prevent a conflagration in the area. And in addition to this, the atrocities and the injustice that is being committed in Palestine foments terrorism. You know, violence is always met by counter-violence. And then we complain of terrorism and of violence going on. The reaction to this is natural. What Israel is committing is the true terrorism, and what is fueling the extremism in the Middle East.
Yes, indeed. Ambassador Mohamed Shazly, former Assistant Foreign Minister, many thanks for being with us today. Always a pleasure to listen to your precious input, sir. And with that, our dear viewers, we come to the end of this edition of The Breakfast Show, coming to you live here from our studios in RTV International. And you were in the company of my dear colleague Mohamed Abdelrahim and myself, Maister Rabia. We are signing off until tomorrow with another cruise. Goodbye. Have a very lovely day.